If I be, I wearing a Johnny.
You sound so white there.
Adiora, roll with a geezer.
Have you seen the state of our body?
If I be, I'm not wearing a Johnny. God,
Adiola, I want to roll with the geezer.
Sweetheart. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I'm a rapper now. I might as well live in it. You rascals. Welcome, everybody.
We are back.
Episode 9.
Episode 9. We're almost at 10.
Mate, it's exciting.
We are almost at 10. How are you today, Daniel?
I feel like, do you know what? I was thinking about this before. I feel like we've come a long way from episode 1. I was like scrolling the content yesterday and I was looking at when I was sitting here and I had the nip slip and, you know, looking really fucked up and tired. Yeah, continuity. And I was looking really fucked up and tired.
You still do.
And now we're on episode 9, but I still look fucked up and tired. But it's great that the content's got a lot better. It's got really good. I'm buzzing. I'm really just happy, excited. I love this, mate. I really look forward to this. It's like a therapy. It really helps me just unwind and unload.
Oh, pause.
You know, I don't feel I look as tired anymore. I'm really quite...
Have you started a skincare routine yet? Are you washing your face with water now?
I've bought actual moisturiser, so I don't use coconut oil anymore, which I use for pretty much everything else. Because coconut oil, if you haven't used it before... If you know, you know, and it's great. It is great. But anyway, I was using it for moisturiser, and I got told that you shouldn't because...
Wait, no, you shouldn't use it on your face.
It blocks your pores. Well, because it's very thick, so it blocks your pores. So I just have moisturiser now. Actual, like, thin cream.
So what are you using the coconut oil for now if you're not using it to moisturise?
Just wanking, mate.
Oh.
And everything else in between.
Feel really uncomfortable. Well, anyway, yes, this is another episode of Subject to Change.
Yeah.
As always, please follow us on all our social media channels: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Yeah.
Give us 5 stars in Apple Podcasts, please.
100%.
Follow us on Spotify. You piece of shits. We'd really, really appreciate it. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please subscribe. And any complaints, leewitty29
Stop
at hotmail.com.
saying his email address on this bloody podcast. Oh my god. So what are we talking about today?
Well, how's everything been with you, mate?
Oh yeah, been good. Can't really complain.
What's some new shit that's been going down? Let us know, mate. You
well, I'm in love.
Yeah, you fell in and out of love within a couple of weeks, which was good.
By the way, for anyone listening, that is a lie. I have not fallen anywhere in or out of love.
He soared through the sky.
Oh,
go on.
Good times. What am I going on about?
Well, what did you learn from this situation? if you want to give a bit of a deep dive, because you know there was a few different emotions you went through, and I think people could definitely relate to it. And you know, I definitely told you to sack it.
Why you put me on the spot here?
I don't mind.
Nah, I'm only joking.
I'll be thrown under the bus. I don't mind.
What are we talking about?
You know what you're talking about. You're just nervous.
I'm trying to because it was just a random way for you to just segue into so how you been, mate? Let's talk about your trials and tribulations.
Just lie down. It's fine. It's okay. Come on.
Action.
What's been going on with you, mate? So a couple of months ago, you were on Hinge.
I decided to... by the way, if you're listening, I've just lay down.
Oh, mate, this is great, actually. Go on the couch.
I decided to download Hinge, match with this gal. Lovely girl. Chatting away to her.
Yeah.
Went on a date. First date. Went for a walk. Down to Bondi, as you do. Date went well. Second date. Why am I taking so long to tell a story? So went on the second date, and after the second date, she messages me, asking me what I'm like what I'm looking for.
Yeah, asking for your intentions on a second date.
Yeah, what my intentions were, and I'd messaged you being like, yo, I've just come back from the second date, and this girl after the second date is literally just asked me what my intentions are, and I just pretty much told her I don't really think too much about that. I just kind of let life take its course and go through whatever. So that happened, and I was just like why did you ask? She just because she just wanted to know, because if I was looking for just a quick thing, then she wasn't interested. I was like, all right, fair enough. Let's just see what happens. And she was like, I'm just gonna take it slow. I want to take it slow. I just want to let you know that I want to take it slow. So in my head, I'm like, okay, yeah, I've taken it slow before. Lean back a bit. You might be from that. I know my story is very, very.
I know. I'm engaged, mate. I'm engaged. 2 shots of coffee, mate. Let's fucking go.
So obviously she's like, yeah, I want to take it slow. So to me, I'm like, yeah, you keep coughing in this podcast.
Sorry, I won't cough in the mic. Okay. Sorry. Which one is mine? If I need to mute it, by the way.
The second one.
Okay. There we go. It's gone now. The bit of phlegm.
oh, you need to eat your vegetables. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So she's like, I just want to let you know I'm taking it really slow. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, right, yeah, I know what slow is. I've taken it slow before.
Mm-hmm.
So I was perfectly fine, happy enough to get to know people, find out about their trials, their tribulations, their traumas.
Oh, you're so deep.
I know, I'm such a deep guy.
Wow.
I'm so understanding.
You've taken it slow before. What do you mean, like you wait till the second date?
Funny. Yeah, so I was like sweet about that. And then after a while, it just started to get a bit dry. We hadn't seen each other in weeks, but whenever you're in a situation where, okay, this person wants to take it slow, this is like even speaking generally, if you're dating someone and they have a particular way that they want it to go, and it's all about compromise at the end of the day, like that's relationships are, like you compromise in certain things. You're not always going to get your way. So I was like, right, sweet, compromise, take it slow. Hadn't even kissed the girl, didn't even hold her hand, anything like that.
Yeah.
So I was
That's like really slow.
Like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was going backwards at some stage. But then I was like, okay, if we're going to take it slow, then there's obviously aspects of a relationship or situationship, as I would call something like that. Situationship. That,
I like that.
if you're not getting one thing, then you'd expect something else to like take its place. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if you're not sleeping with someone or you're not kissing them, there's none of that physical touching or physical aspect of a relationship or situationship. You'd expect something else to take its place. So in my mind, I was like, right, if this is not happening, then I want to be spending quality time, having great conversations to try and get to know you more, to try and develop this so then you may feel more comfortable with me to then progress whatever you want to progress. And initially that was going fine. But then after a while, we weren't meeting up. Her replies were shit. And I'm just like, I'm not getting anything out of this whatsoever. Like, this was pretty much all in her terms. Like, she's decided it's going slow, but then we weren't seeing each other. Her replies, when she did reply, were just like, shit, like, not interested. I'm just like, what is the actual point about it? And the thing for me, I got to the stage, because she was such a nice person, like, the conversation was good, but whenever it happened, like, a couple of times before I even mentioned it, so whenever we decided to, like, hang out, she would, like, say, yeah, with this time, whatever. Mm-hmm. When it come close to the time, I'm just like, fuck, like, I haven't heard from this girl, like, where the hell, like, what's going on? So I messaged her. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, this and this happens. Like, well, you could have just messaged me and told me that you weren't gonna make it. Like, why have you not messaged me? Why have you not communicated this? Like, I've just, like, been chilling here expecting to, like, see you, and then you just don't reply until I message you. And then I brought that up to her after she'd done it like 2 or 3 times. And then literally in less than 24 hours, she did it again. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell is your problem? Like, why am I wasting my time? And then I just got bloody frustrated. And I think because the reason why I took so much shit, for one, people never expect the bare minimum. Ever.
Didn't you say that before, though? Always expect the bare minimum? No. What did you say before?
Expect the worst, hope for the best.
Okay, no, you said something else. Okay, I'll think of it later.
But yeah, you never accept the bare minimum.
Never accept. Okay.
Yeah, never accept the bare minimum. Because I think people do that whenever
they aren't like ready to invest in something. They just give the bare minimum, hoping that will be enough for you. Essentially, it's like that video I showed you in regards, how much money you give to, like, you put in a pot, and you give a lot at first, and you see how much that person likes it, and you slowly scale it back. Oh, yeah. and then after that, then you can see how much value that has to someone. And after a while, you scale it back so much, and if they complain, you only give them a little bit more, because at that time that will feel like as much as you did in the first place. Yeah. And then by the end of it, you're just giving them 1 or 2% all the time.
And then that's the thing, like. The way I look at it, words without action is like manipulation. So she'd say, oh, yeah, I'm so sorry, I want to do this, I want to do this.
Yeah, 100%.
And then our actions didn't actually show what she was saying. It's like, oh, yeah, I like you and stuff, I want to take it slow, I really want to see you, I haven't seen you in a while. And then, like, nothing that she did after saying that even, like, showed any aspect of interest. And, like, what the hell? I'm 28 years old. Why am I wasting my bloody time? Like,
I think this was I think a lot different. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know this was like the first kind of person where you were like kind of like open to it. Like, I know you've been single for a little bit, and you were like, oh, I'm open to see what happens. Where before you're like, nah, I want to be single. Yeah. And this was like the first. You're like, I'll see.
Yeah, I was kind of like, let me just ride this wave and see what happens.
So probably you maybe like, I know you'd said that you've learned to not romanticize, actualize the situation, and just take things as they come.
So that was probably the main point that I kind of wanted to make.
Golden nuggets.
It's like, it's so easy to like romanticize and sensualize a situation that you come across. And as humans, I think I wrote this in a post in one of our Subject to Change posts.
You did, mate.
As humans, we're naturally storytellers. We like to create scenarios in our heads. We like to. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be right before an interview. It could be anything. Like, you start to create these sort of scenarios of what could be. And when you meet someone, it's natural for you to think, okay, is there potential here? And you start to, like, if it's a nice person, especially if they tick the boxes that are like the bare minimum, like you find them physically attractive, they've got a good personality, they actually know what they want to like achieve in life, those sorts of things, you put them in this box like, holy shit, like, because not that many people actually tick those minimalistic boxes for someone that you're trying to seek. Like, people, as I said, people will compromise, but whenever they tick certain boxes, you kind of like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. And then it's so easy to then look away from the red flags.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they'll show them parts of themselves that are probably very negative things, but sometimes you may almost completely ignore them because there's positives. There's positives about them that you like, but then also the red flags are ones that you wouldn't be able to stick long term.
It's because I think we just look at like the positives and think of what we can get out of the situation. And in regards to, like, move with actions, not words, Matthew Hussey, one of the guys that, I follow on TikTok and you do as well. He's on Instagram, really incredible guy. And he always says that. And he's like, don't tell someone you're a great communicator. Don't tell someone that you're really into doing this, but just... So instead of saying, I'm a great communicator, be like, I love talking to people about this and this and this. So don't just like say it. Give examples of what you do, because those actions are going to demonstrate more than you just saying, hey, I'm a great communicator. I like doing this. I don't know. Actually give examples behind it, because it's going to be a lot more powerful,
of course.
Instead of saying, hey, I'm a really active person. I like being active. Be like, on the weekends, I love going for hikes. I love going for picnics. I love doing walks. Give actual examples. So, it's not exactly correlated to it, but it's just...
when you're writing like your resume and stuff, like, you don't say I'm a good communicator, because everyone's going to blow you. Like, no one's going to say I'm a bad communicator.
I've definitely done that before.
Like, you have to actually go into details, like, what has made you be a good communicator? What has made you be like a good team player? Like, no one's gonna write I'm not a good team player. Everyone's gonna write I'm a team player.
I am efficient at Microsoft Word.
Yeah, like what have you done to show that you're good at Microsoft Word? What have you done to show you that you're good at Microsoft Excel? You know I
do that. The word thing where you like type
word art.
Yeah, word art. I am an expert. What is it you put on the bottom of your CV? Efficient at Microsoft Office or whatever it is. But but no one really knows how to use Excel. I don't know how to use Excel, but you just say
anywhere.
Microsoft Office.
Office Suite.
If they ever come up and be like, oh, can you do a spreadsheet on Excel? Not really, mate. I'm great at PowerPoint though. Or mean on a presentation.
You know what I mean? It's like people need to start, as you said, putting words into action. Like, really, really do. Because if they don't, then you're just gonna be the exact same as everyone else.
So I guess what we've learned from that situation is actualize the situation, don't romanticize. So many 100%. People are just like, they'll do this after a date or two. They'll come back and they'll be like, this person, we spoke about this. Oh my God, it was amazing. We got on all these different levels. And I've spoke to one of my mates about this before, and I've said because one of our mates, he, for lack of a better word, he falls in love very, very quickly. He falls in love very easily. And anyway, and I've said to him before, I'm like, do you know what a really great first date qualifies for? A second date. That's it. It doesn't qualify for fucking marriage or this or that or long walks. And a good date qualifies for date 2, and a good second date qualifies for date 3. And that's it. Just accept that and take it each step at a time. And then you'll be a lot happier, because you're not over expecting anything. And when it actually comes, you really fucking enjoy it. But if like after date 1, you come back and tell all the boys, like, mate, this girl, we get along this. And then the next day she doesn't reply to you for 6 hours. You're like, oh, what? I thought we got along on all these different levels. I expected this, I thought this. Like, mate, why did you think all of this from one date? You have no idea what was going to happen. You don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know where they've come from, what they're looking for. All you know is the 3-4 hours they gave you that window on the night out, and that's all you were given access to. You don't know their life story, and you won't know it until you've been on like 3-4 dates.
True.
Only romanticize it after like maybe, fucking, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 dates, whatever it is.
Romanticize it after you've had a conversation about what each other's intentions are, and like what your thoughts on like the future together, potentially.
We speak about dating so much.
I mean,
It comes back to it a lot. It's a really interesting topic.
I mean, it's so multifaceted and there's so many layers to it. Like, you could talk about it all bloody day.
Yeah.
Because the more you live life, the more people you become involved with, and there's always going to be different aspects of dating that you can talk about and what you want to like fucking bring up on this shit.
Very true.
Do you remember the box theory? What do you think about that now?
Oh, can you give me a refresher of the box theory?
Yeah, so pretty much.
Do you want to play Can you play the TikTok video maybe, and then we'll like loop it through?
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I can play it on my phone actually because you sent it on the Insta page. Oh,
no,
look
it's on our chat with the boy Detox.
Yeah, boy Detox.
Yeah, so pretty much.
Where is it?
I kind of made this point in on our podcast episode with the boy Detox.
Here we go.
Where I pretty much said that that girls sometimes would use sex as a means of keeping a man. Like, so basically, if they wanted to have sex with them on the first date, they wouldn't do it because they felt as if, like, if they did that, then the guy's going to leave. And my point was that if he's going to leave you and go off, he's going to do that after 5 or 6 dates.
100%.
Like, it wouldn't matter if it's the first, because I was saying that the guy already knows kind of what he wants out of the situation. And then I actually found this video on
just there,
TikTok the other day, so we're just going to play it and then you can listen to it. Hopefully you play it.
My theory. When men meet you in a romantic setting, they put you in a box. Either they want to date you, they want to sleep with you, or they want nothing to do with you. It's very difficult to shift from box to box. And your behavior doesn't really affect what box you're in to a guy. So if he meets you and he's like, I want to date this girl, you could puke on his shoes and sleep with him on the first night, and it wouldn't matter. Vice versa, if he meets you and he just wants to hook up, you could make him wait 3 months to sleep with you. It's not going to change that. Women are so different. Meet a guy and we're like, oh, he's just for fun. Then 3 weeks later, we're sitting down to brunch with our friends being like, so I'm thinking about Tuscany for our wedding. Developed this theory because for the years I've noticed with me and my friends, it doesn't matter when you decide to sleep with someone. And I get asked this question all the time, Tinks, how long should I make him wait? What about the 3-date rule? What about the 5-date rule? Sleep with him when you are ready. Waiting to sleep with someone doesn't guarantee that he's going to view you as relationship material. Again, sleep with him when you are good and ready. That's the only thing that matters. And don't worry about it.
So we were having a bit of a debate about this.
Yeah.
And yeah, sorry, I muted it. And we were having a bit of a debate about this because I was saying, unless I was wrong, I think there was a point in what I was saying is the fact that what she's saying is that it's really hard for people to get in and out of the box. When you go on a date with someone, you already know, right, this is casual, I want a relationship. I'm like, no, it's not hard to get out of that box if they want to be with you. It's not like I go on a date with someone, I'm like, I'm interested in you, but I'm going to leave you in that box. No, if I'm interested in you, I'll take you out of that box and put you somewhere else. It's not hard to move box to box if that person wants to date you. It's only hard if they're not interested in you. So for them, it looks hard, but for us, it's like, well, it's not hard. I just don't want to date you.
No. That's not the point.
Is that not the point?
That's not the point she's making.
Right, okay. Because that's the one. Is there a point in what I'm saying? Is that like a...
Yeah, but that's not the point she's making.
Okay, sorry, okay. Do you want to...
So the point of the box series, she's pretty much saying, this goes for women as well. So for women that listen, think about when you put a guy in the friend zone. Mm-hmm. And people say how difficult it is for a guy to get out of a female's friend zone. Once she puts you in that friend zone, it is... That dude's going to have to move mountains and hills to get out of that friend zone and into something where the girl thinks, oh, I actually would date you. And that's the same with this box theory that this girl on TikTok is saying. When a guy meets you, he pretty much decides what box you're in. It could be, oh, you're just going to be a friend, I just want to sleep with you, or I'm actually willing to date you. And the point of the box theory is that once he decides that, there's not that much that you could do to switch from one to the other if he's really decided. So if he's decided when he meets you on the first date or whatever that it's like in his head he's just gonna like sleep with you and it's probably not gonna develop into a relationship, then to move into that next box, it's very difficult. And you can't tell me you've not met someone where you're in your head you're just like, all it's gonna be is we're gonna sleep. You might still get to know them quite well, but it was never going to jump into the next stage where like, okay, you're going to date. And for that girl or females listening, that guy to jump from one box to the other. You just sneezed in my leg.
He's not talking about me, he's talking about Oakley.
Yeah, just for anyone that's listening. For you to be able to move from one box to the other, it's bloody difficult. Because I've been in a box before and I haven't been able to get out of it. And I've put girls in boxes and they haven't been able to move out of it.
I think, yeah, okay. No, I definitely appreciate where you're coming from. I think there is definitely a salient point there. It's different than the friend zone, though, right? You're talking about something different than the friend zone, like when a girl friend zones a guy.
No, it's the same premise.
Okay,
it's the same premise. It's obviously just not called the box theory for girls. It's just like
it's a lot easier for women to get out of the friend zone, though, I think.
I mean, no.
I think
unless you just want, because guys are absolute brute animals. So unless you mean you just want to sleep with them, But that's because dudes will just sleep with anything most times.
Speak for yourself.
But you know what I mean. So even though a guy can take a girl out of the friend zone, it's not because they actually are interested, just because they want to root.
Well, there's this funny meme. It's like guys getting out the friend zone, they crawl through like mud and like assault courses, and women coming out the friend zone, they just open the door.
Yes.
I'm back.
But have you seen this thing online where it's just like most guys who are... I completely disagree with this, but it's just like most guys who are friends with girls are just like waiting for their opportunities to sleep with them.
100%.
And there's like this couple on TikTok. They were like sitting in the car, and the guy was just like, so-and-so definitely wants to sleep with you, la da 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 da. And she's like, no, he doesn't. He's like, call him.
Yeah, call him. I've seen this.
Call him and say like, we've just broken up, la da da. And then she called him, and he was just pretty much like, yo, when you want me to come round? And I was like, ooh. That's probably would be me as well.
Any girls out there who have guys as best mates, you let him know that you're interested in sleeping with him, and you see if you're still friend zoned.
Yeah.
Guarantee that will not happen. It just won't. It just won't happen.
I think the box theory is a legit one for sure.
Okay, yeah, I do like that.
And anyone that's listened to that segment of the podcast about the box theory, please message us and let us know if you actually agree with it, both from the male and female side, because you definitely want to hear what females say about that.
Yeah, if you agree, disagree.
Whether they think it's difficult for a guy to move in and out of their box, so to speak.
I like that.
Metaphoric box, by the way, not the vagina.
The box, the real box.
Have you seen The Shape? I don't know why that song just came into
Have you seen The Shape of her body? It will be I'm in a Johnny Geezer.
How do you lower the rule of the geezer? But yeah, what's been you pretty much put me on the spot, you piece of shit at the start.
Yeah.
What's been going on with you?
Is that a leading question?
Talk to me.
I hate you so much.
And I will always love you.
I was in a situationship recently, and I was in a situationship recently with someone. Really, really cool. Really, yeah, go on then. I was in a situationship recently with a really cool person, and we're getting along, really, really having a good time, and it's going on for like a couple of months, and I'm not ready to be in a relationship, and then the conversation kind of came up of what is it that's happening here, and it was one of those moments, those defining moments where you kind of have a choice of be really honest and have an uncomfortable conversation, or just like kick the can further down the road. And I think so many people, they kick the can further down the road with like ifs, buts, maybes, ambiguous statements of not right now, not right now, maybe in a couple of months' time. But instead of that, I just basically was really honest and was like, look, I've obviously really care about you. I think you're in a 1 second.
Sorry, he's moving his headphones.
Readjusting the headphones. Obviously, I really care about you. We really get along. But if I'm being really honest, and I have to be really honest, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm not. And it was really hard, and I was sad. I was very sad. I spoke to the lads about it, and I sent this person a message after, being like, look, thanks for all of your time and energy and effort and, and everything. And, I felt really good about it, because I think it's really easy for us to sit here and talk about doing the right thing and being honest and transparent. But there's another thing saying it, and it's another thing following through with actions. And it was nice to follow through with actions. And off the back of that, it was nice to get good feedback of, thanks for being so honest, thanks for being transparent, thanks for not trying to lead me on, and thanks for a great time. And, in a situation in a year's time, could it have been different? Possibly. But at the end of the day, there's no point moving forward with leading sentences and ambiguous thoughts. But that was kind of like a big thing that happened to me over the last couple of weeks, and probably the first time that I've kind of opened up a bit more since being single. I've opened up to this person more than I have anyone else since being single, and I didn't realise that till after,
You
I didn't
really,
really.
you need to fix that cough.
Yeah, sorry.
And
I
you seem
didn't.
to cough so much when you're doing this podcast.
I know it's because it's like nerves. It's like if you tell me not to wee, I'll need to piss all the time. That's why. So it's like nerves. And I think that I was on a point. I realised that was the first person I'd kind of like really opened up to quite a bit since being single, I guess.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, you know, people can say that, you know, we talk shit and we chat bollocks and it's all just a bravado, but nah, I did follow through with what I wanted and I did it because I knew it was the right thing to do. Yeah. And I think, you know, yeah, just be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you could have easily just like had your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, can we wait a few more months and just we'll see. I could have done that.
Yeah, you kind of like it would have been easy for you to just pretty much tell her somewhat of what she wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh, let's just see how it goes, whenever you knew like that just wasn't what you were ready for at the time. So you definitely, I feel like you did handle it very well.
I think this is like a really, really good point. What happened?
Just got like static shock off his ear. What the hell?
I think people, which is, I know, I've got something in my throat. I think people sometimes, I was speaking to one of my mates the other day about this, people sometimes say things of what they want the other person to hear because they feel that that's doing the right thing, because they want to save their emotions and they feel that they're being nice to them. And I'm like, you're not doing that for them. You're doing that for you, because the short-term pain of having to deal with that is too uncomfortable. So what you do instead, you go, no, like I want to be nice. So, you know, I'd rather let them know that I am interested and I do get, and obviously you do, but it's like they think they're doing it for their sake by kicking the can further down the road. And you're not. You're doing it for you because it's too uncomfortable to have that conversation. And I think more people should just start having those conversations, you know, and at the end of the day, at least you give them a way out. And that's what's really, really fucking important, is that you give them a choice on what they want to do.
But I think so many people just aren't capable of doing that.
I think they are capable. It's a choice. It's a choice. You choose to do something. Whether it's ignorance, being naive, a lack of understanding, it's a choice. You're choosing to do that. You know, you might not understand where that choice is coming from or why you're choosing to do it, but it's definitely a choice. And I think if more people just chose to go, no, I'd rather feel really uncomfortable now instead of like, you know, spreading this anxiety over 3-4 months. No, just get it done because you're being good to them. You're letting them not waste their time.
Yeah, fair.
That's kind. They'll feel shit in the moment, but you're being really kind by doing that, you know?
And then they won't have any ill will towards you. If you're always open and honest, because if you're always honest from the get-go, then there's not much like else you can do.
You've had that as well.
Yeah.
You know, you've had that, and the feedback you've got has been, you know, thanks for being honest and open, and you know, it's
because no one can ever hate you if you're always completely upfront and honest.
Well, they can choose to, but at the end of the day,
then it wouldn't be a reason to.
It's not really as justified.
Yeah, it wouldn't be justified whatsoever. I think, if you're always honest when someone asks you a question about your thoughts and I don't know if it's a relationship or whatever, if you just tell them how you feel straight away, then they deal with that the way they need to or want to. They make an educated decision based on what you've told them if it's honest. So you can never really be in the wrong if you tell the truth.
You can't control how people feel. You can only control what you say and your actions. You can't control what anyone feels, and I think that's what people try to do. They want to manage how they're feeling. I'm like, that's not your job, and you're taking that away from them. That's their independence. You have to let them feel what they want to feel. You just control what you're saying, and that's all you can do. You can do that to the best of your ability, but let them feel what they want to feel. They're human. Let them go through those emotions. It's a learning curve for them. It's part of progress, part of fucking evolving, and you know, like moving forward.
Feelings are shit.
Oh, no, feelings are so shit. I'm so lonely. I might call my ex. Should we call our exes together?
Yeah. Oh, mine would definitely not answer. Jesus.
Mine might.
Yeah, she definitely would.
Yeah, I think so. If she's listening to this, I'm so sorry. If her family listening to this, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, mine hates me. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
Hope you're listening.
I hope you're listening, and don't ignore him.
What's that about, though? Jesus.
I think, look, I think that's just, you can't control how people feel and what they do, and if people want to act like children, let them.
I wonder if anyone else has had that. Has anyone ever had, like, broken up with someone and just completely ignore them?
Like, pretend like they don't exist?
Yeah, like they don't exist. Whenever, like, you see them, just, like, pretend.
I've never had that. I find it really hard to do that, because it's like, you've invested so much into it. You've shared more with them than you've shared with anyone.
Yeah.
You've been so intimate on so many different levels.
I physically couldn't even do it. Like even if I was in a relationship and someone like cheated on me and we broke up, if I walked past in the street, I actually couldn't like pretend they didn't exist. Like I couldn't actually. I would at least like nod or make eye contact, even if I give them the dirty look, be like, "You're a piece of shit," or whatever. Like I couldn't just like tunnel vision and just do that. I find it so weird.
It's very strange.
So strange. Makes me feel better though.
Yeah.
Right decision. But I just find it I find it so weird. And everyone I've spoken to about it is like, that is odd.
Yeah. I think that different people go through different phases when they break up with people. And there's no one gives you a rule book on how to feel when you break up with someone. No one gives you a rule book on how to handle a breakup. You know, even breaking up with someone is so uncomfortable. Like, when in my last long-term relationship, it's hard, man. It's like this feeling of just anxiety and anxiousness, and you just don't want to be in your body. You just want to swap for a moment, let someone else do it, and then you come back in when it's done. And it's like having the conversation is like, it's that first sentence. The first sentence is the hardest thing. So
it's also the realization when you realize you actually want to break up with them.
Yeah, when you vocalize something,
it's like a bloody process, because when it's in your mind,
it's not real.
It's easy to like completely ignore it. It's not until actually like you tell a friend, this is how I'm feeling, and you put it out in the universe and like say it out loud to someone. Not even out loud, like on your own, but actually like, yo, mate, this is how I'm feeling. Yeah. And then as soon as you tell them, then it's almost like you're slightly accountable. Yeah. Because like now that you've said it to someone, you can't like go on and pretend like you're happy as Larry. You know what I mean? You have to do it when you're ready to do it.
It's like when I finally, came clean and was like, I haven't really been training legs.
Now you can already tell. Dan trains his chest 4 times a week. 4 times a week, people.
I do not. I trained legs today for the first time, and my legs were shaking like a shitting dog. It was...
He trains his chest 4 times a week. And that's why he has a really bad back problem. Because he's just not been training all his muscles correctly. So we might try and get a PT on here just to fucking go in on you.
If there's any PTs who want to...
Jim Smith PT, could you come on, please?
Don't you dare fucking slander him. Don't you fucking dare.
Slander him.
Don't you dare slander him. But yeah, it's like when I came clean. Yeah, it's once you like talk about it, it becomes real. And now I've got to be honest with myself. And now all the lads know. And now I feel better for it, you know. I feel like
so you're going to start training legs?
I did. I trained legs today.
Good man.
Yeah. You know, trained legs, did, bicep curls and tricep extensions.
Should we do a couple of these confessions? I'm proper keen.
So, guys, we had an idea last week. I had an idea last week where we want to start doing this on like a regular theme of subject to change, where we put out a story and we ask for subject to change confessions. Now, these confessions can be anything from like an annoying habit, that you don't like someone does, like, fucking... How long does it take you to leave shit in the dishwasher before you put it away? How many days? Or, where did you first lose your virginity? What's a weird dating story?
The dishwasher one, you're ridiculous for it. Yeah. And also Luke.
Yeah. What's like the weirdest date you've been on? What's, I don't know, the weirdest thing you've said in a job interview? What's an opinion you don't agree with?
Unpopular opinion.
An unpopular opinion, there we go. So we want to start putting these out and bringing them on. And it's obviously all anonymous, if we're feeling kind. And no, it is anonymous.
Yeah, it is.
And obviously we can talk about it, have a bit of a tangent, and if it's a complex situation, maybe give you a fresh perspective from 2 guys who you probably don't give a fuck about, which is great.
Yeah, you do, if you've listened this far.
Jack of all trades, master of none, and all that.
I love that.
So, welcome to the first part of Confessions for Subject to Change, and this will hopefully be a reoccurring theme. I'm very excited about this. So we've got some things I can do. So... Someone who I'm friends with, they sent me a situation that happened with an ex-boyfriend of theirs who they caught cheating. This is a fucked up story.
Okay, you haven't read this one to me.
When she listens to this, no, because I might not tell you anymore now because I want to get your reaction every time.
Yeah.
I had my suspicions my boyfriend of 2 years was cheating on me. So I created a fake profile on Tinder, set the radius to be within his area, matched him. I catfished him for about a week while still playing the good girlfriend role. Set up a date at the same location of our first date.
Shut your
Walked
mouth.
up to him and threw a glass of red wine over him in the middle of the opera bar.
Shut your... Oh, this is in Sydney.
Yeah. Mate.
What colour shirt was he wearing?
What the fuck?
That's mad.
Mate, that feeling of like... that gave me anxiety just reading that. I was like, that's commitment, number one.
That's
Going through that
actually
and
mad.
like, imagine chatting to your partner from like a different perspective on a dating app.
Seeing what they're like, how if they're sleazy or
Yeah,
if they're like...
like they're in the lounge, you're sitting here, and we're like, you know, chatting to each other, and then we sit down.
That's a
and then
bloody...
we
Did they live together? No, they wouldn't have, would they? Because that would
I
have
don't
been weird,
know.
him like getting ready to go out.
even if like she's
But
at his,
even,
she's at his flat for the night,
And they're like
you know,
chatting away. Oh.
mate.
Can you imagine like she was getting messages on like Tinder while he was in the bed?
Oh, mate, that is like... And
So
then
wait,
catching him.
Did you like follow up? Like, did you ask her for more info?
I didn't, but I can get it for next time. No, I didn't follow up on it.
Why not? You need to get more info.
I should get more info.
That's what I did with all mine.
She'll give me... This girl has got some mental stories. Like, every time she tells me something, I'm like, how does it keep happening to you? How do you just
Do I
get in
know
these
her?
situations? No, you
okay.
don't know her.
You are pissing me off with this
No, it's
movement.
because my hair keeps flicking forward.
No one cares.
No, because it annoys me. Okay, I'll leave it like that. Anyway, that situation is just mental. Imagine you're at the opera bar, he's there. Oh, going on a date, lovely. Mrs. doesn't know. Oh, yeah, wicked. And then you see her walking in.
How do people have even just the guts to just like cheat on that level? Not even like just like get drunk and just sleep with someone where it's just like, oh, I'm drunk, I made a mistake. You're actively on an app trying to match girls and go on date. Like how...
Being on a dating app as well, it's like, what if one of her friends sees?
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, what's the train of thought
Do you know
there?
what I mean? He's clearly a fucking idiot, basically. If you're going to cheat, mate, at least fucking smarten up about it.
Yeah.
Not that you should, but like, don't go on a dating app, mate. Jesus. But yeah, that's... God.
That happened to... well, it didn't actually happen. So one of my friends I did farm work with, his... I was on Hinge. Like two and a bit years ago. 2.5 years ago, maybe. And his girlfriend came up on it, and I was just like, mate, not gonna lie, but your girlfriend just came up. But then
You swiped still, didn't you?
no, I actually swiped left. Obviously, swiped left. And I messaged him like, yo, I don't know if like you're still with her or whatever, but like she's on Hinge. And he was like, oh, thanks for telling me. They were actually going through a rough patch at the time, but apparently it was, you know, the way when you delete the apps, you kind of still stay on it for a while.
Yeah.
So apparently that's what happened.
Mate.
That'd been
Imagine
horrible.
being like in that situation I was telling you about. He's like, all right, babe, going out with the lads tonight. I'll see you later. She's like, yeah, all right, see you later. Don't worry. She goes and she's getting ready while he's on the bus to the fucking opera house.
That's mad.
Oh,
Right,
mate.
let
Go
me
on.
read. I'll read one.
I want to get some more cheating stories out because I reckon there's some incredible ones out there.
I've got so right. This
Go
got
on.
sent this the other
Go on.
day. My track record isn't great. Once dated the guy who said he hated his roommate, so his place was always out of the picture. One day, he asked me to go help him apartment hunt, and the motorbike chased us down the road, and the person driving it was yelling, "Pull the fuck over." Turned out he had a girlfriend he had been living with for 2 years. Had her name saved as Pete the Builder on his phone.
What?
Yeah. So I like, and then she's just like sat awkwardly in the passenger seat doing their domestic on the side of the road.
Is there a voice note you're going to play?
Yeah.
Look, I'm so glad that you found it entertaining. At the time, I was thinking, how do I finesse my way out of here? Do I get an Uber? If I step out of this car, is this bitch about to kill me? I don't know what I'm doing here.
Oh, mate, what
Mad.
the fuck?
I know.
Some people are like, they've got balls, mate. You've got balls to do something
There's
like that.
levels of cheating, and like these people are hitting like new heights.
Mate, I want to hear some more stories. There have got to be some
That's
incredible
mad.
ones out there. Holy
Hold on, let
shit.
me play it. She sent me another one. One second.
I'm just not a very confrontational person. Like
Oh yeah, so I think I'd
quite
asked her
petrified.
what she did in that situation, and this was her response.
Petrified of confrontation. and I'm never one to like raise my voice or anything like that. So I literally said, what's going on? What is this? And he's like, oh, she's delusional. Actually, now that I recall it, so the story gets so much worse. He burst out crying. This is a grown-ass man. Just made me feel even more uncomfortable. Now I'm like, yeah, so he's there, he starts crying, she's driven off. He's like, I don't want you like to think wrongly of me. She's a crazy ex of mine and she's still in love with me.
I don't want you to think wrongly of me.
So apparently, no.
Can we still go on a second date? Maybe is
So
that?
apparently they're like still they've only been like seeing each other like a month, and he was like driving down the road like crying. I was like, oh, I really liked you, and I was like, oh no,
Mate.
I was in wrinkles at that one. Wrinkles.
Oh, that is
Absolute jokes.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
I got someone else messaged me.
Go on, let's hear it.
Well-known married man in the music biz, IG video calls me because he likes to be watched when coming.
I think I know who that is.
I initially thought it was you, but then she said music biz, so I was like, no, it's not you.
I was like, what?
You're not into music.
What do you mean?
So I obviously was like, I had to follow up because like, there's no, I was like, there's no way he's just calling you without you reciprocating any sort of.
Yeah, there's always
Like, you're not just
two
going to call
sides.
some random bird and then just start masturbating if you're not going to. So I was just
Yeah,
like.
you definitely wouldn't do that.
I was like, what the hell? I need. I was like, do you answer and just watch? And then she's like, yeah, pretty much. And then.
What does that look like? Watch him for a bit. Like, oh, right, sweet.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. You covered
And
the
I was,
screen.
I was like, how many times have you done it? And she's like, no idea, but enough to forget the number.
Oh, that's incredible.
So I was like, I must,
daddy dog.
so I was like, I'm going to assume that you enjoyed watching it. And she's like, I don't mind watching things.
Mate.
And then she's pretty much like, yeah, sometimes it happens while she's in work. So she's watching it while she's in work.
Feel free to pass on my details.
If you're listening to this, please DM Daniel.
If you're not interested, I'm totally kidding.
Oh, but
All right, okay. I'll show you one of mine.
oh, you got another one?
Yeah, I have.
Is this the
Okay.
shit one?
Yeah, I'll play that one, and then I've got like just some, and then I've got some unpopular opinions. We can save some more for another time. So this has come from one of my mates from back home. We might have to just block out the first bit where he says the name of the person.
Okay.
We can do that after. Okay. Let me just find it. Where is he? Where is he? Where are you? Let me just type him in.
Bloody hell. You'd think you'd have had this ready. I'm just going to cut out.
Here we go.
all
Here we
this
go. Here we
bit.
go.
Lean
Yeah,
back.
so you'll see. I'll just tell you the story on here, innit? Because the answer thing wouldn't let me do the whole story. Yes, his old housemate when he was living in Nottingham, right? He was drunk and he thought it'd be funny to fart on his missus while she was asleep, and he did it, and it wasn't a fart. It was a massive, wet, sloppy diarrhea shart. Not even a shart, a shit all over her face, and she woke up covered in shit, a bit like a Barbie doll that's been dipped in chocolate, and just ran outside. And I think they broke up after that, unsurprisingly. So that's a pretty fucking funny story. Yeah, I remember being sat around his room and the guy who did it telling the story, and literally I couldn't control myself. And you knew it was true as well, you know, stuff like that. Like, it's funny even if it wasn't. Like, if you saw that in a movie, it's funny. But the fact you could see the sincerity in his face, that he lost his girlfriend as a result of shitting all over her head, was just like possibly one of the funniest things anyone's ever told me. And I still often bring it up when you're pissed up or coked up at a dinner party and just remembering funny stories. So yeah, that is legit the truth. And I just can't believe how funny it is. Mate, I look forward to it.
Oh, that is jokes.
Mate, she looked like a Barbie dipped in chocolate.
The sincerity in his face, knowing that he shot in his girlfriend's face, that is actually fantastic.
Just imagine waking up and you're like, mate, what the fuck have you just done?
I really want to know how long they were together.
Oh, God.
Because if you're with a girl for like 4 years and she shot in your face while you're sleeping, would you break up with her?
That's like foreplay for me, mate.
Oh, Jesus, that's funny.
Not kidding.
Oh, that is actually hilarious.
Mate, I just love that. It just looked like a Barbie doll dipped in chocolate. What an incredible. Thank you very much, mate, for letting me use your voice note. Oh, God. That is... that's just incredible. Just the thought, right? You take a shit or you go to fart on her as a joke. Oh, it's going to be funny. Oh, babe. And you go to take a fart and just shit in her face. And then she's like, what have you done? And you're like...
She'd have a serious case of pink eye.
No, but like, then she'd go, what was your idea here? Well, I thought it'd be funny to fart in your face while you were sleeping.
It'd be funny.
Why was that even the thought?
Banter.
Yeah, top banter.
Oh,
and she's
my
like,
goodness.
So we're over. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm really curious to how long
Here's
we'll
a
get
baby wipe. Let me just clean that shit off your face. You got some in your nose there. It's all just.
Oh, surely you'd like end up like vomiting and all that.
Oh.
Bloody hell.
Oh, that is amazing. That is incredible. Go on, mate.
I think that's a good way to finish.
How long have we been recording for? I might drop one more.
45.
45, okay, let's see. Let me just go through. I've got some here on my notes. There's a good one. Has this ever happened to you? We got an anonymous story come in. This girl threw up red wine on her boyfriend's knob whilst giving him a blowjob. Now, I think that's fucking hilarious. And I've been there before, you know.
You've thrown up on someone's knob.
Yeah, fully trying to just gargle everything.
Oh.
No, it's happened to me before. Someone's thrown up on me. It's happened like 3 times. No, like twice.
Why are you getting with people who are wanting to vomit?
Mate, they just keep trying to... I keep telling them it's 3 feet long, love. Give it up. Give it up. It's not going to happen.
Hate when they try that.
Do you know what I mean?
Stay in your lane.
Has it ever happened to you before?
No.
Never happened?
I'm not well endowed.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't have to, like, everyone knows that. All the lads know. You don't have to tell them that.
Yeah, it's fine.
You really break the stereotype. Has it never happened to you? Have you ever been close or anything like that?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
I think you should own it. There's nothing wrong with it. I think when I got the story in,
Being
I was
thrown up on?
No, it's not that. But like, you don't have to be too embarrassed about it, is what I'm saying.
No, like
it happens.
If in
it
the
happens.
bedroom, like nothing. I don't find really nothing.
Yeah, just carry on. Just use it. Momentum. Just use it. Go with it.
You're in your most vulnerable state. Just embrace everything that may or may not happen.
The first time it happened to me, I was like, what the fuck? And that's when I decided to stop sucking penis. So yeah.
Apart from James Smith.
Yeah. Fucking you're such a prick. I fucking hate you so much. Well, guys, that is basically the end of. I think that's the end of episode 9. Unless there's anything else you want to drop.
No, that is. I'm good.
I hope you guys have enjoyed the confessions are subject to change. We've got loads more on our phone that we've been saving. Unpopular opinions that I wanted to bring one up, but we'll just save it for. We have got one. There is one I wanted to.
We may call it subject to confessions. No,
subject to confess.
Subject to confess.
Subject to confess. To confess. Subject to confess.
To
confess. Shall we save?
So
we'll save it for next time.
So then we'll just do 2 confessions per episode.
Oh, no, but some of them are really good. Because some of them are short and snappy, though. They're just short. They're very
doesn't matter. We'll just because then the play on words makes sense.
All right, we can talk about this off camera.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, look, this is something we want to do in each episode. Get people's confessions, unpopular opinions, voice notes as well. If you guys have a funny story,
yeah, please do the voice notes.
Because
tell them.
even if we hear the story. If we try and regurgitate it, it sometimes isn't as funny.
Yeah.
But if you're saying it from your experience, it sounds incredible.
Yeah, please
So
do.
feel free to send them in. It will always stay anonymous. Dwayne can edit out your names and
distort
blur your voice.
Yeah, distort your voice as well, so that like no one actually knows who's saying it. But anyway, thank you very much for people for listening. Please get on all our social channels. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
all of it.
all the good ones, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. And yes, thank you very much.
Also, before everyone clocks off, share it, man. When we share content, fucking sharing, you lazy bastards. Get fucking sharing.
You're at that camera.
Sorry, one. Get fucking sharing, you lazy slags.
Thank you. You're not slags, you're all lovely people.
Get sharing, share it with all your mates.
Yeah. Share it with your grannies.
Exactly. Share it with your grannies, uncles,
your
dads,
uncles, your
brothers,
grandfathers,
you know,
your pets,
everyone.
your pets, Instagram, whatever. But
thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.